Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another MLP cast. We'll be Mike LaPhoenix, casting another game for these boys who are playing Battle Cup for the second time around. Well, the second time I'm casting anyway, I believe, or maybe the third. I can't remember exactly, but regardless, we're in the draft. Allow me to quickly go through some bans and picks. Not sure how long they're going to take the draft. Was considering skipping it, but I do love a drafting phase, and considering I don't know who the hell they're choosing, it is always interesting to see what happens, and we see hopefully some counter picks of some sort. But nevertheless, we can see a ban out of the Silencer Axe. Silencer, very, very standard ban during Battle Cup games. And Invoker Luna, so nothing too surprising there. They're pretty standard. Axe is a bit unorthodox to ban, I suppose I'd say, but perhaps just a comfort ban. And the first pickup on the Centaur, and how rude of me of course, to not actually look at the team names. I'm not sure if the boys still go by Sleepy Boys or not. Nevertheless, though, well, maybe we'll find out once we get into the game. Hopefully the game actually displays the team names. So we saw the Centaur pickup followed by an Ogre Magi, which is extremely good support. It started dropping off a bit recently. Not as popular as it used to be, but still relatively good. Like, nothing's really happened to him. It's just that he hasn't really been... He got nerfed a bit. Like, I believe Ignite costs more mana. No, it's actually Bloodlust. It used to be 50, now it's 65. Which is a bit annoying, because Ogre already has a very low mana pool. So it does affect him. And it also makes it so you do question whether you'll max the Bloodlust first. Because that's what it used to be. It used to be 1-1-4. So you used to go one in the stun, one in the ignite, and then just go max out the Bloodlust, because it was just so damn good. But now that it's 65 mana, it's probably not as worth as it used to be.
Riki.
We see a Riki pickup as well. So we've got a roaming Riki, I'm assuming. Can't imagine this could be a carry. And we have a Weaver pickup, so I believe that's Meese's comfort hero. I've seen Meese Blackman playing that quite a lot. So not too surprising to see the Weaver pickup. I should also mention as well, Centaur Warrunner is another comfort pick for Horus, if I remember correctly. So two picks that we see quite often with this team. Waiting out these bans now. The strangest feeling I'm forgetting to do something while I'm streaming this, so just having a quick look just to make sure I haven't forgotten something, in case I just muted the stream like an idiot. But everything appears to be okay. See the Tinker and the Bloodseeker ban out. Bloodseeker is surprisingly more popular. It's been showing up in pubs so darn often now, it's not even funny. And we see the Rubik's Lark ban, and now a Necrophos. Necro is a pretty darn strong hero. Like, it's not something that's picked up too often, but it's still a ridiculously good hero. And it will probably force Weaver to go quick Lincolns, perhaps rather than rushing a Desolator. Just because he can block off that, what's it even called? The Reaper's Scythe. We see the Veno pick for the third pick on, I'm assuming, the Sleepy Boys side, but could be a different team name. So that would be Senior Cheesy Cake. That would be his hero. And if this is anything like the past Venomancer games, it's going to be like a jungling Veno, almost like a core. And then he kind of rotates to like a position 4 style Veno after he's got like the blink up and the veil. Oh, actually, I can't remember. I think he doesn't go Veil. He actually goes Aghanim Scepter, if I remember correctly. So we'll see. We'll see. I could have sworn he's gone Veil sometimes, which is generally what I recommend to go before the Ags, because it offers about the same thing that Ags does in terms of damage, but it's much cheaper, and the stats are pretty darn good on a Veil. Not to mention it helps your whole team, because all your team does extra magical damage after that point. But regardless, wait out this fourth pick now from the Radiant End. And they're going to use their reserve time for this. Nothing wrong with that, though. There's only 2 picks left, pretty much. And this will be the first game. I believe this is the quarterfinal. So assuming they go on, which, I'd assume they do, but you never know. There should be 2 more games afterwards. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm casting tonight, because I'm slightly half asleep right now. But we'll find out. Sand King will be the 4th pickup for the Radiant End. And I've just realized, I'm not sure if Visual realized this, but he banned Axe as the second ban for his side, and the logo for the opposing team is an axe. So maybe that kind of gave him the indicator that they may be like a pretty big axe player on the Radiant End. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he just didn't want to play against Axe, but it wouldn't completely surprise me if he specifically banned Axe because it's on the logo. That's interesting. I'd like to know. So, if you're watching this drafting phase, you let me know if you are if you did do that Axe ban on purpose just due to that logo. 4th pickup coming up here. Going into that reserve time. And we'll just wait it out. They pretty much need a position 5 and a hard carry, but no, actually they'll need a mid laner, because if I remember correctly, Mies will go on the safe lane, Centaur will be off, Veno will be jungle, and then they pretty much just need a mid laner and either a roaming support, which Visual usually plays, or alternatively just get a hard support. But I do know Visual does enjoy roaming quite a lot, which is pretty good at it. So do what you're good at. And there's the Ember Spirit, or Imber Spirit, as people like to call it. He'll be the mid player, and that would be being played by Royale, or potentially Visual, because the mid lane is always kind of swapped between Royale and Visual. Royale is generally the mid laner, but we'll see what happens. We'll see who picks up what. We see the Nakes ban, so they want to avoid the Lifestealer bomb. And I'm assuming they thought that Weaver was going to be in the off lane, but it doesn't make any sense because Centaur's already there. So I think the draft has been slightly confusing for the side of the Radiant so far. Like, they're not sure what's going on, which I suppose is one of the strengths about having this Veno jungle that they always run, is the laney. Like, if a captain looked at that draft on the dire end right now, you would be so confused as to how they're going to lane that. Like, when I say how they're going to lane it, it's like, where's the Centaur or the Weaver going to go? You've got 2 offlaners. Then you've got a mid Ember Spirit. So then, it wouldn't make sense for a Centaur to be safe lane. And then it's it just makes no sense. The only way it makes sense is if you know the Veno's probably going to be jungle. In which case, it kind of makes sense. So, it is pretty confusing to play up against. Gone deep into the reserve time. We did see the anti-mage ban. We're just waiting for this last pickup.
Bounty Hunter.
And there's the roaming support I was talking about, Bounty Hunter. So they've got the offlane Centaur, the Weaver safe lane, which should be okay on his own because it's a Weaver. You have the Veno jungle, the Ember Spirit mid, and the roaming Bounty. Pretty decent draft. The Bounty goes well with the Ember Spirit as well, because Bounty comes in, ganks mid lane. Ember Spirit's just naturally good, like at low levels as well as high levels. So there's a lot of kill potential. And the Juggernaut, the last pickup, so a very safe carry to pick up. Pretty standard, always powerful. Yeah, we'll just calmly wait for the game to get going. Always fun to wait this screen out. Just that awkward silence where you have nothing to say. Probably should have just commented on the draft from the opposing team, of course, which is pretty decent itself, but they are, I would say, definitely lackluster, and I'll comment on that in just a second. Because the early laning stages should be pretty slow anyway, so it'll give me a bit of time to comment on this draft, but I will quickly go through the teams, name out some players, take this directed camera off. So, on the Radiant end of things, we have Iceberg playing the Necrophos, Lotus Romeo, he'll be playing that Sand King, we see Non playing the Riki, Green Lantern, he'll be on that support Ogre, and finally Sujin, we'll say Sujin, is playing the Juggernaut. Meanwhile, on the Dire end of things, we've got Visual, who will be playing that Roaming Bounty, Horus, he'll be that offlane Centaur, we have Senior Cheesy Cake. On the Venomancer, Royale with Cheese will be that mid Ember Spirit, and finally Meese Blackman, the man himself, he'll be on that safe lane Weaver. Now allow me to, because I don't believe there's going to be any kind of well, they're pausing anyway, so I'll just talk about it while we're paused. The draft on the Radiant end, I do feel like it's a bit weak. So number one, you've got 4 melee heroes, 1 range. It's, look, like, it doesn't matter if they're melee or ranged, but you're already going to have a relatively difficult laning stage. You've got a Juggernaut up against a Centaur with an Ogre support. Not the best. It's not going to be the easiest lane for this Juggernaut to farm in. Mid lane, you've got the Necrophos versus the Ember Spirit. It's not bad for Necro. Like, Necro should be perfectly fine. But with that roaming bounty, he's gonna be the one who can offer that kill potential. So, and he's got the Orb of Venom, which is the right decision to go for. So pretty much Shadow Walk, and then just hit him up, and it's just follow that by the Searing Chains, and it's pretty much it. A dead Necrophos. Finally on the top lane, I think it's an offlane Sand King. Sand King is a good offlaner. It's just it doesn't offer much against a Weaver. It's got to be a pretty good Sand King to be able to try and defeat this kind of... Like, I just don't feel like... I feel like this draft that they've got right now, it's like they can take out one hero, and then the rest of the team fight's just screwed for them. Visual actually managed to steal one of the bounty runes. So well played to him for actually getting away with it. I'm surprised that the Juggernaut didn't just stand right on top and block it. Maybe he did, but still missed out on it. I'm not 100% sure, but it's not that easy to snipe the rune, especially when a hero is standing exactly on it. So I gather he made a slight mistake, and that ward is a big mistake. See Riki here trying to help out against Royale, but not going to be that much help right now, and not really attacking anyone. And I mean, he should probably not just be standing here soaking XP. At least hit Royale a bit and then just back off again. Just let him know he can't farm there. You see Centaur, he's having a good time with Green Lantern. In fact, Green, I think he might be dead here. They can keep chasing if they really want. Visual's going to decide not to, and they're just going to back off. He'll probably wait till Shadow walks up again, and then make another play on the Ogre. Green Lantern, he has to be careful though. I mean, he's a tanky support, but at the end of the day, like, it's not invincible. Royale, he's got the creep equilibrium with him right now, so he's just getting free XP and farm. And visually, so pretty much what's gonna happen is he's gonna wait till he gets level 2 or 3, and then he'll probably roam around to the mid. Right now, it doesn't really look like Royale's having that much of a bad time. Like, he looks fine. He's aware that Riki's next to him, but you know, at the end of the day, he's still managing to get farm. In top lane, we see a bit of a stun, but Meese should be able to just back off with the Sakuchi, and he'll be fine. Got plenty of regen as well. Actually got 8 tangos at the start. So the Sand King's trying to cause him a bit of trouble, but there's a limitation to how much he can cause. Looks like Green might spot out Veno's farming the jungle. Visual is chasing him though. And that'll be the end of that. He's going to rotate to mid. He's got the level 2 now, so he's got the level 1 Janata as well. Going to offer that bit more slow, bit more damage. See Royale, he's picked up a double damage as well. So another misplay from the Riki. He really should be keeping an eye on those runes, not allowing Ember to pick them up. But he's let him pick it up, and that's not the best play. That ward, by the way, it was terribly positioned. They didn't put it up the hill, and so they didn't get any of the uphill vision. So that was a big misplay from, I believe it was Iceberg who placed it. And yeah, no, definitely got to learn how stairs work. Oh, there's a Searing Chains there, but misses it on Iceberg. Visual is there, though. And he is invised up, ready to go with the Janata. They're just going to probably wait on those Searing Chains again. Let them get off cooldown, then Visual should just walk in. There's no sentries here to spot him out. Royale, he's being very aggressive. There's the Chains. And unfortunately, Visual wasn't there to help out. Now he is, but it may be too late. And actually, they could keep going here if they really wanted to, but the Searing Chains, they're just not off cooldown yet. And, I mean, look, at the end of the day, the Visual probably should have been a bit closer before the Searing Chains went on. Unfortunately, wasn't to get that hit or two off that he needed to get while the Searing Chains held that Necro in place. But nevertheless, still, bit of a warning to the Necro. And he's actually got no regen with him. He's only got that one Fairy Fire, so he's actually just going to be stuck there with that health, unless he wants to go use the Shrine, which he can. And which he probably should be, but let's not forget as well the Death Pulse. It now gives you that passive mana and health regen every time you get a last hit. So Necros can heal up pretty fast as long as they know how to last hit. Visual, he's going to come in. And no harassment quite yet. Now he is, and Royale's there with a haste by the looks of it. And that'll be a dead Necro. And although you can heal up, you probably shouldn't stay there that long with an Ember bounty around the map. Mace, he copped a stun, but he'll be okay again. With the Sakuchi, it's very hard to kill a Weaver. He isn't farming the best though. He's only got 16 last hits, and this SK is out farming him. But at the end of the day, Mies, he'll be alright. He'll just sit back, he'll farm. Eventually should be able to catch up, but SK doing a pretty good job of keeping him at bay. Really taking advantage of that Caustic Finale, which is ridiculously good. See, Necro is, well, I should say was leading the mid lane, but after that death, he's pretty much behind now. And actually, Lotus, he actually gets a kill on Mies. Barely missed that, but looks like the stun smoke was enough to take care of the job. And I'm not sure if Mies wasn't aware that Ricky was right there, but I mean, it is hard to know, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he showed himself at one stage, so Mies overextending slightly and loses his life there. Haven't seen this man in a bit. Senior just farming with those wards. This man knows how to do it quite well. Taking advantage of it, and I'm very shocked. Very, very shocked to see that actually Mies again. Visual's there to help out this time, but a bit too late and can't really chase for a kill. Apologies for missing the kills. Not expecting Mies to die with a Weaver. But apparently Romeo doing a very, very good job on that SK. And now he's actually going on to Visual. And Visual will be forced to Shadow Walk away. Unfortunately, Non wasn't there to follow up with some hits. And the Caustic Finale almost takes Visual out. He's only got 75 HP. And he'll just have to walk back to the fountain now. Senior has to be very careful as well. The thing I was trying to say is I'm very shocked to see that Ricky has not been going around the jungle following Senior Cheesy Cake. Like, I mean, it should be fairly obvious now that Veno's been missing for the past 7 minutes. And there's probably only one place he's going to be. So, the fact that he hasn't roamed the jungle and found him yet, I mean, that's just big misplay from Ricky. And I realize they're getting the kills on Mies. In fact, they're going for one again with the smoke. But he'll be alright. And actually, he's turning around, going on to Non. They've got the sentry ward there. Romeo could be in danger as well. Visual. Who does he want to go for? Lotus, he's got the stun back up again, though. So Mies has to be very careful. Stun misses. Now they can go for the kill. And they will do so. Romeo. There's the swarm as well. The shuriken comes out. And Mies actually backs off. Non's still there, but At the end of the day, they can keep going for this. Meanwhile, mid lane, Royale actually took out Iceberg. And there goes SK. He's down all non. He's shown himself and he can't invis in time. That's 2 kills now. One goes to Visual. One goes to Mace Blackman. And that's actually 3 down for the Radiant End. My apologies. Oh, Juggernaut with the Omni Slash. Oh, Horus does get taken out. And Senior Cheesecake, he's here now. He's got the Blink Dagger. 8 minutes in. Decent timing. And this is the stage where he'll start going for kills. Green Lantern. Gonna run off. Saw Visual there. Doesn't want a bar of him though. See, Juggernaut is at the top of the last hits board right now. Practically getting free farm now at this point. Visual is here to try and put a stop to that. And with the Centaur, who does have Stampede available, Horus, he can make a go onto this Juggernaut, who has no ulti at the moment. The problem is he can spin out of that and avoid the stun. So they've got to be wary of that, and they've got to really concentrate on making sure the stun connects. Senior Cheesecake, he's here as well, and in fact, they might push the T1. Visual, he's going to go in and scout this out. So, Sujin, he's been found out. Now they jump in. He's got the spin available, though. Now the Stampede, and they're going to keep chasing. And they might be able to take him out, but they really need the stun. No, the stun fails because the spin was still going. Visual, he's copping a lot of damage. And actually, Sujin turns around, and he will get taken down at the end of the day from Senior Cheesecake with the wards. Actually, Horus gets taken down. And Royale, meanwhile, gets a double kill in the mid lane. And I'm just trying to watch Senior trying to kill Green Lantern at the moment. And they're doing both a pretty good job, but I think Senior's got this one. The wards are still hitting up. The poison's ticking him down. Mace Blackman takes out Romeo while all this is happening. And Senior gets the kill. And practically everyone but the Ricky, and in fact the Ricky may have died as well, died in that past minute that I was just watching the bot lane. And apparently Mace and Royale, they wanted to make something happen while I was just trying to concentrate on the bot lane. Oh, 9, he's shown himself, I should say. There's the Veil up on Royale. Oh, that's a mistake. That's the point where you rage at yourself. That split second. Yep, definitely not going to get any healing at the T1. Yep, you've got to go back to the fountain, sir. We've all done it before. We've all done that damn mistake before. Just hoping nobody saw it. Stun up onto the Weaver. Mies, he's got to run off here. There's a dust available and they used it. They will get the kill, and Visual, he's trying to get something in return, but it's going to be pretty hard. Ricky forces the ult out. And Visual actually gets taken out as well. This SK is doing very well for himself. Gets a double kill again. In fact, Mace Blackman, he got a kill on Lotus. I'm not even sure how. I'm sure it was a swarm that got him killed, but I mean, you don't expect a swarm to kill somebody off, especially a level 1 swarm at that. And Green Lantern actually going for the max Fire Blast, which is still fine. Like I said, with the addition to that the mana cost that was recently added at 7.04, it's Ogre Magi is currently questionable. Like, the build he should go for is questionable. Shrine being used up. Mace looks like he's trying to look for something here, but he's still not that farmed himself. He's only got an Aquila right now and the Blightstone. And mind you, he could still kill people off. It's just, I guess he's just given up on that top lane. Like, he's just died a few too many times now. Just had enough of it, really. They'll start hitting up on this tier 1. And it should be going down fairly soon. Yeah, goes down. No defense whatsoever. And just trying to find out what's going on here. The Centaur still no Blink Dagger available, but pretty close. They've got the Stampede available, and I think they're going to have a go onto Lotus Romeo. And Royale's there. He jumps in with the Remnant, gets the beautiful chains, and they've actually got the dust available to spot him out. Now Ricky uses the ulti, but he's pretty much stuck there. And they've got another dust there available, and with the Remnant, they'll be able to get the kill. In fact, they don't even use the Remnant. And that was another track kill, and we should, of course, point out that the track kills do add up very, very fast for the gold. So you definitely don't want to give too many kills away to this kind of team because they'll snowball way too fast. And they'll start hitting up this tier 1, and this is interesting because Mace, like I said, he was struggling, but now he's just sticking with the team and they're working really well together. Track comes out onto the SK. They've got vision of him, Senior, gets the ulti off. And they're copping a lot of damage, but good start out from the SK. They're going to kill into Horus with the ulti from Iceberg. And they're going to keep going after Mies Blackman. In fact, Non, he gets a kill into Senior Cheesy Cake. And that'll be the end of that one. Romeo still taking a bit of damage, but he'll be okay through all this. Non, he's looking for more. And he sees Visual there. Visual, in fact, doesn't have enough mana to use the Shadow Walk at the moment. And that'll be it. They'll back off. They'll use the Shrine. And they'll have to get back to farming. The thing is, they still are, like in terms of farm, they're not that far ahead. So, to try and push these towers with this kind of draft that isn't, like, heavily built around killing this early, it's quite surprising to me that the tier 1 attempts are coming out. But, like, this draft is definitely good for pickoffs, but for a full team fight, I don't think that's the time. Tier 1 will go down to the Radiant at the top lane. They really want to get Sujin. He's at the top of the net worth. Almost got that the Battle Fury now. In fact, does he have it yet? Yeah, he actually does. So full Battle Fury up around 13-14 minutes for Sujin. Pretty damn good timing. Including those phase boots as well. They really want to get a kill on him. Visual. He comes in. Gonna need to get some vision going. And there it is. The vision will start coming out, and it's very important because you don't want to allow him to farm too much. In fact, he'll find the Necro now, so Iceberg, he could be in a bit of trouble. Mid lane, though, there's a jump in from Romeo with the Epicenter. They actually get a kill straight onto Horus, and Royale's now in trouble. The blink in from Non, and they're going to keep chasing the Remnant. He'll Remnant himself out, and that'll be it. The track comes out on Iceberg, and they'll just have to back out of there. There is no Poison Nova available quite yet on Senior Cheesy Cake as well. He'll just have to start planting the wards down for the defense of the tier 1 and mid. Good sentry placed there by Green Lantern. You always want to keep that vision on the Bounty Hunter. He should have placed it more around this area. In fact, SK, he's been caught up with the chains, and I think he's going down here, and he does. And the ulti committed from Senior Cheesecake. They want to keep going. Non, he's man fighting through this, but the Shuriken from Visual, it will get the kill. Now they want Green Lantern. There's the Stampede. He's got the chains available as well, and now he'll use them, and he's going nowhere. He's definitely dead. And time-lapse actually used as well from Mies Blackman just to be able to survive through those tower hits. In fact, Horus, he keeps going, wanting to get Iceberg. That being said, Sujin's here now, and he actually doesn't have the ulti available. Pretty much only can spin at this point. And they want to defend this tier 1, but it's very dangerous. The tracks are coming out. And in fact, it'll be the Dire that are the ones that back out of there. Shrine used again, and not going to be too surprising to see if they come back in to get that tier 1, but they do like to fight around the Stampede and the Poison Nova. So, I mean, I'm not going to be too, like, they probably want to wait it out, just defend the tower until those ultis are back up. The wards will start coming down from Senior Cheesy Cake. In fact, the chain's in from Royale, but he's in a bit of trouble now. Now the chain's done, Ricky ultimate and the Necro ulti. Reaper Scythe gets the kill. Visual, he comes in with the Shuriken, and now he could be in trouble himself. No mana for Shadow Walk. And they just can't catch him, and bad smoke from Non. And Romeo, he really wants to stun here, but he's not in range. And he's not really going to be able to catch up. Actually, there's a blink available, and he'll get the kill. Didn't realize he had a blink. Now Senor Cheesecake, he's the one in trouble. Last hit comes from Iceberg. And I think that'll be the end, but that was pretty much 3 kills fed for no reason. Mace Blackman, now he's in trouble. Romeo's been making a lot of plays here. The time lapse forced to be used. And they'll back the hell out of there again. Now the tier 1 will start being hit up. Not the fastest tower killers at the moment. See Mace, he does go straight for the Deso. TP in from Senor, but I'm not sure if they can do too much here. Horus jumps in, gets a beautiful stun onto Iceberg, and Iceberg should be dead here, but he has the Blade Mail, he has the Ghost Shroud, now the Riki ulti, and the Stampede forced to be used. Senor does go down, Epicenter as well, and Royale, he's just tanking through them. Double damage, double kill, my apologies, and Green Lantern, he's going to go down as well. Meanwhile, Visual, he went down somewhere from Lotus Romeo, I'm pretty sure that was due to the Caustic. And that'll be the end of that one. The rest of them dissipate. Non, he's very low HP. Sujin, he's going to be careful. But he's just going to keep hitting up on that tier 1. In fact, because the track is still available in Non, they can keep chasing. But now the Shrine's been used and they can't see him anymore. And this is just pretty much open doors to the tier 1. But while all that was happening, Sujin actually took the tier 2 at top. And he'll TP back and the Dire will be forced to come back and defend their base. And when we're talking about that the tower killing potential, without Mace there with the Deso, it's very hard for the Dire to kill towers themselves. So not really easy for either team to take out any towers. It is a bit of a slow process until the carries are up and online. Boosted travel now available on Royale. And this man, he's gonna start dealing a lot of damage with that blink. He's just so mobile. How's that Juggernaut farming? Just got the Battle Fury. In fact, Mace, he's found him with the Swarm. And they're going to keep chasing. The Stampede's committed. The track's there from Visual. And he just needs a hit to slow him down. Now he's got it. Now the Shuriken as well. And this will be a dead Juggernaut. And that's a massive kill. Now the blink in from Non. And the Epicenter comes out from Romeo as well. But he only stuns one at the moment. That's Visual. Not the highest priority kill. Meanwhile, Royale gets the chains onto Necro. Green Lantern. He's in pretty big trouble. The Reaper Scythe does not kill off Royale. They do end up getting the kill on Green Lantern. Royale trying his best to get up, but the Ignite might deal enough damage. No, it doesn't, but the Caustic, it doesn't actually kill him either. Horus gets a double kill, and they get, actually Non, he gets a kill on somebody there. It was Senor Cheesecake. Horus comes in with the stun. Romeo, he's almost dead. In fact, he might, oh, beautiful stun onto Mies, and they're still chasing Horus. Mies, he can Sakuchi through this though. Royale, Visual, he'll get the last hit. No, Senor. And Non, he's stuck there with the track and he'll give another track kill away. In fact, that's a full team wipe. And where is this fight recap? There it is. 2.8k gold going to the way to the Dire, which really shows you the strength of track. And it's still at level 1. Every level that goes up, it doesn't look like a lot of gold from track, but it really is a lot of gold. Mies, he's going to start pushing that mid. Sujin, he's got a Yasha now. And he'll be getting a Manta pretty soon. But the farm has slowed down relatively since he got that Battle Fury. Like, he just never was able to get the farm really going. He's still at the top of the net worth on that Juggernaut, but doesn't have as much items as you'd expect, I suppose. Even though he's still pretty decent, it's just for a free farming Juggernaut, you'd expect a bit more. Green Lantern, he could be in trouble here. There come the Swarm. Now the stun comes out. In fact, it was a multicast. Time-lapse used, and he'll just back out of there. Gets that last hit on Swarm. I was about to comment like, come on, hit it. And is this an Echo set? No, this is an Oblivion staff coming out on the Ricky. No, it is an Echo set. My apologies. Visual. He spots out Green Lantern. They're pinging him out. He's already low HP. And actually, Sujin gets an Omni Slash off, I believe it was. Yeah, it was. And he kills off Senior Cheesecake. Now a stun from Horus. Mace Blackman, meanwhile, gets a kill into Green Lantern. And here comes Royale. And I hear a Reaper Scythe in the background. Iceberg. He takes out Visual. And they're still going on to Sujin. And here comes Mace with the damage. And they almost kill him off, actually. But the spin just wasn't enough. And that's 3 for 2. And like I said, even if you got even kills, the track is going to make all the difference. And they're going to go straight for this tier 2. Now with the Deso, it makes it very easy to do so. And relatively fast tier 2 to being taken out. The man that's been making all the plays on the Radiant, Romeo. Got to be a bit upset at the moment. The fact that they're losing these team fights right now, because he has been playing very well on that Sand King. Now you've got Royale. He's got a Maelstrom as well, which is going to make it that much harder. And things are just going to not get it much easier for the side of the Radiant until their Juggernaut gets more farmed. Unfortunately, though, apart from the Necro Juggernaut, the rest of the heroes don't really get that much stronger. Although we have seen Ricky's with the Diffusal Blades and they deal a hell of a lot of damage, but generally they're just in the back lines, just hitting while nobody's watching. And actually, Iceberg, he went for the Dagon build. Definitely disagree with that. You don't go for the Midas and then the Dagon. That's not the way it works. Visual. He finds the team again. They don't have any vision of him at the moment. Gets a track off and backs the hell out. Strength was placed eventually, so he's got to be slightly careful now. But he must be aware. And in fact, the dust was used, but he dodges that as well. A lot of space being created, a lot of gold being wasted from the Radiant end. And they're just waiting for him to show himself. He's being very sneaky at the moment. They know he's still around. That's the thing. And the question is, are they going to be willing to throw another dust out? Or Mies. He's found himself Non. Stun comes out but misses completely. And actually Non, he jumps straight onto Senor. Doesn't want that Poison Over to come out. And the Stampede's used as well. They're chasing him down. And they really want this Ricky dead. And he will eventually go down from Mies. Now the Omni Slash comes out, all onto Horus, the poor bastard, and he does get taken out. And now the Poison Over comes out, Royale, he has to back the hell out of them. Meanwhile, there's a stun out onto Visual, and actually Romeo's almost dead, but he'll get away from this. Now the chain's coming out from Royale, he's dealing so much damage, the Reaper Scythe does absolutely nothing. The Epicenter, it's onto 2 at the moment. Mies, he'll get taken out. It's a triple kill for Sujin, and Royale, he's stuck by himself with no mana at the moment, and he's really just going to have to make a run for it. And he will be successful in doing so. In fact, no, Romeo, he has different plans. Gets a stun off. The Caustic's going to be there as well. I don't think this is enough to kill him off yet. But if he can get 1 or 2 more hits on. Oh, and he might just get it. Does he have the stun? Yes, he does. He'll get the kill onto Royale. That's a massive kill. In fact, it's a full team wipe. A lot of gold going back the way of the Radiant. In fact, we're just about to have a look at that team net worth. See where that's at. So it's a big lead in the way of the Radiant, but that was pretty much the laning stage. Now you're hitting that, like we've seen what's happening with the track kills and things like that. It's gone back the way of the Dire, and it should even out relatively, but nothing too special going on. XP, very even. Just only slightly in the way of the Dire at the moment. Visual's actually got a mech. So he's going for that Guardian Greaves style Bounty Hunter, which is absolutely fine. Definitely one of the best ways to play the bounty when you're playing like a serious Battle Cup game. Overwood placed. Just going to throw some tracks out, and again, he'll just back out of there. Romeo, he's got a 4-staff now. But nothing else too special happening. Quite a slow game at the moment. I think the Radiant does realize they need to get some farm going on that Jug. And the Dire. They're not too scared of going late either, but they're going to walk around. Try and get some kills. And actually, they're going to run straight into Visual, who gets Reaper's Scythe, and they take him out. Not willing to give the man a chance. So good kill for them. Getting rid of that pesky bounty hunter. And the question is, what do they do now? Are they going to keep pursuing for mid? Like, all their outer towers, there's only 2 left. There's only 2 tier 2s. One in the mid, one in the bot. Bounty Hunter is down for quite a while thanks to that Reaper's Scythe. I believe it's an extra 20. Oh no, it's actually extra 30 seconds because it's at level 3. Looks like Royale will be going for a Lincoln Sphere. Yeah, he will be. Good item. Can avoid the Reaper Scythe. I think it avoids 1 slash to the Omni Slash, I believe. The blink from Ricky. The stun from Ogre. So, decent item. He doesn't really need much else because so much damage is coming out of that Veil. And then all the chains and things like that. So he really doesn't need much else with that Ember. They're sticking as 5. They don't want to give up any kills again. Mace, he's just got an extra Dragonlance now. Maelstrom available on the Juggernaut now as well. And it looks like Sand King trying to get an Ags, and Necro, I mean, Iceberg, he's trying to get that max stagger on. I'm not understanding why he's doing that. And still, no one willing to teamfight. They're just going to get back to farming. Visual, he's keeping up that, he's keeping up the vision. And it looks like the Dire really want to get some kind of kill. They really want to initiate into a team fight. It's just that Radiant are being extremely defensive at the moment. They've got the Stampede available with the blink on the Centaur now. And actually, Senior Cheesecake jumps in with the Poison Nova, but gets killed off straight away. And he's all by himself. No, Mies comes in with the Swarm. They want to go after Sujin. In fact, Mies is going to the back lines, but the Omni Slash is there. It's dealing a lot of damage. Now the Ricky ultimate. And Sujin, he's trying to fight, but he's going to get taken down here. And Horus, he goes down as well, but Royale's there now. And it looks like they want to keep going. Non, he'll go down. And that'll be pretty much it at the moment. No Sand King. Gets caught out. Double kill for Royale. And Iceberg's one of the only ones left. He actually gets a kill onto Visual. He might get a kill onto Royale. No, he won't. Royale will get away with it. And Mies will get a triple kill. Takes out the Ogre Magi. And we'll go for the tier 2 and mid now. So, a 3 for 5. Definitely going the way of the Dire. They get 3k gold out of that as well. Now, Ember Spirit is top of the net worth. And in fact, Mies, he might just keep going here because there's no possibility of any respawns coming up for the next 10 seconds. So you may as well deal some damage while you can, and he deals quite a lot of damage. In fact, forcing out the fortification now. Royale's joined in as well. Do they want to keep going here? There's not too much to be afraid of, but you definitely don't want to let the Sand King stun you. You don't want to double stun. In fact, the Epicenter's coming out. They're going after Royale, but a beautiful blink out. And a bit of a late reaction from Romeo that did not look like a shift Q to me. And unfortunately, he will lose the Epi and lose the opportunity to take out this Ember. No smoke coming out from the from Non either. So, big error from both those two. Shrine will be just taken out solo by Mace, and he'll just get the hell out of there with the Sakuchi. In fact, he's almost level 25 now, so he's going to have that plus 200 Sakuchi movement speed as well. And then he's going to be pretty much impossible to kill. Sujin, he saw visual, but doesn't have any true sight with him. In fact, they could engage. Sentry Ward placed by visual. Throws out the tracks again, and that'll be it. See, Mies, he's actually going for the Chrysalis, and he's almost got a Daedalus available now. Oh, they're actually going into Non, and Non, he's forced to use the ulti. Now Sujin's here. He's got the Omni Slash available. Poison Nova. And Mies, he's attacking Non quite a lot. The Reaper Scythe takes out Senior. And they actually take out Juggernaut as well. There's the Stampede to try and get the hell out of there. But they can still win this team fight. In fact, there's 3 down on the Radiant. And Romeo, he'll be the next one down. Mies will take care of the job, and the only one left is Iceberg, and I think he's dead. He's been tracked up. The extra movement is going to help. Horus comes in with the double edge and the stun, and that'll be the end of that one. And they're just gonna have to run down the bot lane now, I think, because there's not really much they can do to defend against this dire end. And Mies just takes out the tower so fast, like it's. I just don't see the defense being possible right now. Not even any buybacks available, so if they lose another team fight in the base, it could be GG well played. Ogre and Riki and Sand King will be back in time to try and defend this. And they could have rotated to the mid lane if they really wanted, just to get the racks, but they're feeling very confident. And while all this is happening, you see Royale, he's actually at the top lane. So there's a bit of rack coming out here. And in fact, Mies, he goes to the mid lane, so now all lanes are being pushed out. And they've got to choose which one they want to stop from being pushed. I mean, Horus is probably the easiest one to stop right now, but he's the one dealing less damage, the least damage to the tower, the buildings. Mies is the one you've got to worry about. In fact, the Omni Slash comes out, jumping through a lot of creeps. The Stampede used, now the stun from Romeo. And Horus, he gets healed up from visual. There's a double edge and the stun onto the Sujin. And Sujin's by himself now. There's 2 down again. I think Sujin's going to die here, and in fact he will. That's a double kill for Mies. And now they'll take out that range Rax in the bot lane. Mid was already taken out. And I mean, Mies can just take care of this on his lonesome right now. Royale comes back in with the chain. Good stun out from Green Lantern, but they'll go after him. The stun misses Ogre somehow, but they do get the Necro and Iceberg. He's using the Blade Mail, and Mies keeps attacking and ends up killing himself. Royale, he gets the final kill. And, I mean, they could really keep going here. Nobody can respawn at the moment. And Royale just decides he wants to heal up first. Visual and Horus will stick around and take care of the job. This will be 2 racks down, 1 exposed, and in fact the melee racks at top doesn't have much left to go either. Senor, he's just decided he wants to go for the tier 4s. He's had enough. But we're almost at Megas pretty much. There goes the 3rd melee, and after this range, Megas are gone. In fact, the Epicenter from Romeo, it's massive, but Horus is too tanky. Gets a stun off the Poison Nova, now the Stampede, and Romeo's going to die from this, I think. Riki chucks the ulti out, but you've got to stand in it for it to do anything. The track's there. They get the kill on him as well. And I'm fairly sure that's GG well played to the side of the Dire. I can't imagine there's anything here that could actually stop them from doing this. And Royale advises Iceberg it was an easy mid. Horus might get killed off here with the spins from Sujin. But it looks like there's no damage being dealt to him right now. In fact, there comes the Gal. The Omni Slash committed. Royale, he'll just blink out. Trying to chain Sujin in place. The Val used him. Visual will be there as well. They're just kiting him around at the moment. He can't do anything. Oh, Iceberg, he's there. He's got the Reaper Scythe. Dagon's him down. can just Reaper Scythe visual, but not in range anymore. And they'll just back out. They've got Mega Creeps now. And there's not really much that can stop them. In fact, Macy's got the MKB now as well as the Lincolns. And I mean, this game's pretty much over. It's just a matter of them coming into the base and finishing it off. And Mace, he'll probably go for a cheeky kill or two. In fact, he does on Non. Royale comes in as well. Looks like they want to try and finish this game off. Radiant still defending this, but Ogre will get taken out again. Nobody has buyback on the Radiant side. Probably weren't expecting this to happen so early. Iceberg, he's in big trouble now as well. Uses the Ghost Shroud and the Blade Mail. In fact, Dagon's, but it's blocked from Lincoln's and he gets killed off. Epicenter from Romeo, but it means nothing at this point. And they're just going to go after him as well now. Tier 4s go completely down. Ancient is exposed and Mies decides he wants to kill a few more heroes. Royale takes out the Sand King. Now there is the Juggernaut, but he's not really going to survive. Gets critted by Mies, and that'll be GG War play, ladies and gentlemen. So that's quarterfinals. It does mean, okay, they're called the Hanzo Mains, or Hanzo Mains. But it does mean they will go to the semis. I probably will not be casting that semis or the finals tonight. Just simply due to the fact that I'm pretty darn tired. And I don't want to sound like I'm half asleep while I'm casting these games. So please do excuse me. But I hope you guys enjoyed. You will almost probably have the semis tomorrow. And maybe even the finals. Depending on whether I have any tournament games to cast, guys. So give me about a day or two. You'll have the rest of the games out, but this one will be available a bit early. Thanks guys for watching, always a pleasure. Until next time, it's been Mike the Phoenix. You guys have a great day.